Go for it.
Friggin' what up, dude? Strider Wilson, and I'm the host of this podcast that's mine. Going to be called History is Dank. History is Dank with Strider Wilson. Dankness from the past.
Friggin' what up, dude? Welcome back to another ep of History is Dank. Dude, I'm your host, Strider Wilson. We got Aaron going beast mode on the sticks. Dude, what up, Aaron, dude?
What up?
Dude, I'm just freaking posted up right now, dude. Was in Houston for the Riot Comedy Festival. Very fun. Great time. I partook in the comedy competition as well as hopped on some shows with my bros, Chad and JT. It was fun. I did not win the competition, but here's the thing. I'm not a winner, dude. I don't win stuff, dude. I've never won anything in my life, dude. I never even been to a carnival, dude. Dude, one time I went to the carnival, you know when they throw darts at the balloons? I hit it, I popped the dart. The guy was like, nah, not you, kid. Keep it moving. You ain't a winner, dude. You know, my father, when I was a young man, was rearing me. You know, we were tossing the pigskin. I was 7 years old. My dad would make me stand 40 yards away from me. He'd go, you better sling this thing to me on a rope, 40 yards, no dip. Otherwise, you don't get any dinner. I didn't eat dinner till I was 37 years old. I'm 37 years old. I finally can rifle it 40 yards, no dip. And that's only because I'm using AI. I'm using AI to toss the ball.
I could throw it pretty far in my day, but no spiral.
See,
No spiral.
I'll tell you, I went to UC San Diego, and I've got to tell you right now, Aaron, and I love you, but when I see a football tossed with no spiral, I'm disgusted. It disgusts me, dude. Like that scene.
I'm a baseball player. My fingers just do that.
That's true. You are, yes.
I don't throw from the shoulder or whatever. I throw from way out here. So
You have different mechanics, and I
Yeah.
respect that. And you're elite at what you do. You are a winner. You've got a lot of hardware.
yeah.
Only hardware I have is a fleshlight. But I was in college, and I lived my second year in college at UCSD. I lived in Euro House. It's called Euro House. Sounds like style of music.
Mm-hmm.
And this was big during Daft Punk around the world. Dude, one time there was this guy from Spain. I forget his name. I want to say Gustavo. I just want to say that. And he was bumping Daft Punk. I'm pretty sure while he was showering. And he was bumping it, and it was so right, and it was hitting so good, and he was taking like an evening shower on Friday that his roommate started dancing, and he lived down the hall. Then he got out of the shower or whatever, kept the tunes going. Then we went over, and we're like, dude, we started dancing. Then everyone just started bringing, little brewskis over or whatever. And soon enough, the whole quad, and it was like a couple hundred people, everyone just started just dancing. It's one of the best nights of my life. One of the best nights of my life. I ended that night with a cold shower by myself. How I end most nights.
Was it around the world or defunct? Or?
I remember around the world.
Yeah.
Yep, that was like being outside, and I had a moment like looking over and being like, whoa, this is like now a party thing. And I was like, is this what Europeans do? I was like, is this a siesta? It's pretty amazing. But we would go to the beach in La Jolla with some of the European dudes, and we would throw the football, and none of them could throw it with a spiral. And I was like, hey guys, let me look at when your visa's up, because I'm gonna need you out unless you figure this out. But then, dude, they'd get a soccer ball, start kicking around, they'd school my ass.
Yeah.
They'd put that freaking soccer ball. They could land that puppy on a dime, dude. And the way they can collect it, collect it so nicely.
Yeah.
It's so good. But you got to be able to. So it was nice. It was culture, dude. I was teaching them, hey, just pinky up. Just throw that spiral tight. Other than that, just I'm looking forward to gaming. Call of Duty Verdansk is back. This is huge. I haven't gamed yet. I have the download. I've just been busy, dude. Was in Houston having a little BBQ. Dude, we were in Houston, and in one of those like tents. It's like one of those like tents. Imagine like an outdoor wedding or some sort of outdoor event or whatever. Like it was one of those kind of like nicer white tents that have like kind of flaps on the side in certain portions.
Sure.
Big, you can fit like a couple hundred people in there. This wasn't the most massive one, but pretty big. And then there was a few pit masters that were cutting brisket and stuff. And dude, it was huge downpour and nonstop thunder and lightning above us, and no one cared. Everyone was like, we're fine. I'm like, dude, and there was like water, there's moisture beneath our feet. I'm like, if this tent pole gets hit by lightning, don't we all get electrocuted? I'm like, I'm not sure how the science of this works, but I know that, people around me were not worried enough where I was like, all right, cool. I'm just going to have brisket and maybe get electrocuted. And then I thought about it. You know what? If I die eating brisket, getting electrocuted, comedy festival, that's fine. I'm good with that. You know what I mean? My dank-ass wife and my dank dog, Sonny, they'll be okay. They'll be fine without me. Maybe my wife will meet a dude who's actually good at sex, and Sonny will meet an alpha leader. Maybe he'll meet someone who's a winner. That'd be pretty nice.
Gustavo.
Yeah. And here's the thing. I've been thinking about this. I know that I'm going to die before my wife, which makes me happy. I eat steak. I drink beer. I'm generally sad. I talk about this in my special. Check it out. Link below. Okay. I always include the link. And I'm excited for when my wife's going to meet her next guy who's probably, a young, healthy, strapping dude. When she's in her, I'm thinking I'll probably make it to 61, Roger Ramirez. And maybe 69. That'd be tight.
Yeah.
And then just get, taken out eating pork shoulder in a thunder and lightning storm. I don't know. Any case, I've been thinking about it, and I go, dude, if I want my wife, if my wife was going to cheat on me, which I don't think she would, but if she did, it's got to be with a cool guy. It can't be with some schmoll.
Yeah.
It better be with like, I thought about it. I was like, the best option is probably just one of my brothers. Like they're cool dudes. I would be like the least mad. I'd be like, oh, I get it. I love those guys. They rule. I mean, yeah, it's a huge betrayal against me, but I'm like, hey, this is good for you guys. Like probably my older brother would be the best bet. My personality is based on him. Why not just go to the source, Or if you go with my younger brother, he's like me, so it's the same ilk, but he's a little younger, better model, Pentium processor 6.0 or whatever they do. Or maybe even one of my best bros. JT makes perfect sense. Guy's cool, power lifts, hangs out, funny. So, if it's like a stranger, some sailor or dude who's working on an oil rig, nothing against those guys, but, some guy who doesn't wear underwear, then I'd be like, hey, man, what am I doing wrong? So just stuff to think about, man.
It's got to be an upgrade.
It's got to be, exactly. It better be an upgrade. That's what I want. I just want it to be an upgrade. I won't be mad if it's an upgrade. If it's a downgrade, I'll be like, I'll be really selfish thinking about, what did I do wrong? If it's an upgrade, I'll be like, oh, you just found something better. This is just capitalism. I get it. In any case, that's where my head's at. I want to do a little segment right now. This is a new segment. It's a little bit of something called Guess Who? Historical version. I'm going to do one from history and one personal. Now, I'm going to tell listeners, the personal one, there's probably no way you'll know exactly who it is, but you'll be able to guess the relationship to me. Aaron and I would like if you play along. This would be fun.
Yeah, absolutely. I play Guess Who with my kid all the time.
It's super fun.
Yeah.
This one is, I'll start with a historical Guess Who. You know who this is, okay? And the questions will get slightly easier. If you don't get it after, I think I've got 5 or 6 here. I'll just give you the answer. But if you're listening, see when you can get it. Say the answer out loud. Show off if you're listening with another person. I would like History Dank to be a podcast that's played aloud. A lot of people are listening on their headphones. I'd like you to play it out loud. I'd like you to turn up the bass. I think that'd be sick. Add a little extra timbre to my voice. And just play it, bump it in your office. You know what I mean? Power move, dude. Let everyone around you learn. And they're about to learn right now. Okay, here's your hint. Your first hint, this is a figure from history.
Yeah.
Okay. Scorsese played this person in a 1990 Japanese film called Yumi. Could be Yume. I'm probably saying that wrong. That's your first hint. Any ideas so far? If you know based on that, you're a beast. You should pull wherever you are standing. You should pull your dick out. And people should see it, and you should tell the officer when they come up to you, sir, you can't do that. You should go, no, hold on, just listen to this. Listen to what I just did.
I don't know from that.
Here we go. Did not pass the entrance exam to become a priest. So you have to study theology, and there's some quizzes on that, and, philosophy and stuff like that. But wanted to become a priest, didn't have what it took.
I still don't know.
Okay. Born in the Netherlands in 1853.
Is it Mozart or Bach?
Nope. Okay, but I like sold only one painting in his lifetime. So this is a bigger hint now.
Van Gogh.
Bang. Nice. I thought you would get it on that. Yeah. The next hint was going to be cut off a portion of his ear.
Netherlands isn't Bach or Mozart. I know that. They're Austrians.
Austrians, yes. In any case, Aaron, they're all the same. They can't throw a tight spiral. That's all that you need to know. None of these guys could throw a spiral, so who cares?
Yeah.
What they did. Oh, you made a painting. You're a post-expressionist. Oh, shut up, dude. Kidding, dude. Van Gogh's a beast. Cut off a portion of his ear. I love it just to feel something. All right. Here's one that no one's going to get, and segment that maybe just has to go away in the edit. But you know what? I want to do it. This person calls me Slick Dan.
Slick Dan.
And I think I've mentioned that on this podcast once before.
It sounds familiar.
So this is, if you are a avid listener of History of Dank, you might get this. And if you do, pull your hog out and do the helicopter.
It's a celebrity.
This is not a celebrity.
No.
This is a person from my life.
Oh, okay.
This person says ass after every time they swear. Here's your hint. Don't leave your damn ass laundry in the machines. This is a note that this person wrote in our building.
That's Joe Morisi.
That's a very good guess, and I almost did Joe Morisi for this. That was my other guess I was going to do. But no, it is not Joe Morisi.
Yeah, he doesn't say ass, but he's a laundry. Definitely a laundry.
This individual leaves notes in my apartment building. Notes such as when trash day is.
What is your damn neighbor's name?
Nope, not my neighbor. But you're getting close now. Not Ignacio, my psychotic neighbor who wanted to murder me after doing meth and assaulting his boyfriend. No, not that Ignacio. This person, I give this person a check every month, but it's not made out to that person. But on the first of every month, I give this person a check.
Oh, it's your landlord.
Bang. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
What up? She's awesome.
Oh.
My final quote was going to be one of my favorite quotes she's ever said. This was during COVID. She was yelling, and she goes, "Yeah, I'm not getting vaccinated because of these damn fake breasts." She's the best. She's 70. She looks great. We love her.
Well, next time we can literally do this like Guess Who, where I just ask you, questions.
Yeah, that is true.
Is it a male?
Yeah, that's a great game to play. I play that game with my niece. That's a good road trip game too.
Yeah, I'm sure we can get there.
Yep. Every time I play Guess Who, it's me. That's right. So this person's important. Me. All right, I want to play a little Recast It today. A little movie in honor of the late, great Val Kilmer. Now, I consider this to be his movie, although I don't know if he's the main protagonist. It might be Michael Douglas.
Ghost in the Darkness?
Yeah, I'm going Ghost in the Darkness.
Yeah,
I love
he's
this
the main
movie.
guy. He's the star of the movie.
Yeah, he is,
Val,
right?
Yeah.
Even though Michael Douglas, I think, as like the badass hunter guy, I'm like, I don't know about that.
I
don't know about that.
The screenwriter, I think it's William Goldman, famous screenwriter and script doctor.
Nice.
From The Princess Bride.
Love The Princess Bride all the time.
I believe he has said many times the most egregious miscasting of any of his movies.
Okay, good. I'm glad that he said that because we're going to recast it with today's actors. Who is the Val Kilmer of today is the question. I mean, he's kind of singular. I don't know.
Yeah, he's got to be handsome.
He's got to be
very, very good.
Aged, handsome, cool, suave. I mean, almost, dude. Maybe it's only because you mentioned this before the podcast, but I'm like, you could put, who's the Wolverine?
Hugh Jackman.
Huge jacked man.
I mean, he's almost a contemporary. He's probably like a high school class below.
Yeah, you're right. It's got to be someone a little bit younger.
Yeah, because Kilmer was 61.
Because Val Kilmer was probably what in his...
He was 61.
Yep, you're right. Can't be huge jacked man.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of like young... Maybe Glenn Powell?
It's funny. I was
like
kind of thinking
movie star,
Glenn
good
Powell.
looks, but like maybe could be better as a character.
Yeah.
Because that was kind of Val's thing. He had movie star good looks, but when he was just a side character, I mean, knocked it out of the park.
Yep. Yeah.
Brad
Usual
Pitt's kinda
Suspects.
same-
Fire.
Brad Pitt's kind of the same way, like Usual Suspects.
No. What am I talking about? Heat.
Yeah.
Fire.
Just where like he's kind of on the periphery a little bit, but like nailing it.
Yes.
Brad Pitt can, if he wasn't born with the most handsome face in the world,
It's unbelievable.
Brad
Pitt's acting got better though. He got better and better.
Well, because he's taken more roles where he's not the center, so it's like
the character roles are the best.
I don't think he's bad at the center, but like you can just do so much more when you're not the focus, and you can just be less grounded.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
You got.
Glenn Powell might be good in that role.
I think that's what you do. You got. Who's the Tom Wilkinson guy? The guy who's behind on the railroad. Brings him in. You need like an aged.
Yeah.
Dude, it's just Steve Buscemi, dude.
Well, who's doing great? I don't know if you've seen Disclaimer on Apple Plus.
No.
It's good. It's actually good. It's slow developing, but Kevin Kline is playing an Englishman.
I love Kevin Kline.
And he's really good.
Let's get him in there.
Yeah.
That'd be great if we can get him.
Yeah.
You got to get him.
Yeah.
He's awesome, dude. I recently watched.
We lost Tom Wilkinson recently too.
Yeah. The movie Silverado.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
It might be one of my favorite westerns I've ever seen.
It's good.
It's great.
Yeah.
So fun, dude.
Yeah. Kevin Costner, Danny Glover.
Young. What's it? Young. How can I think of his name? Kevin. Yeah. Did you just say Kevin Costner?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Young Kevin Costner, who's like wily.
Yeah.
And then who's like the brother? The older. He's like kind of older. He's the guy who gets hurt, stays in the cave. He's Kevin Costner's older brother in the movie. I forget. He's a famous actor too, though.
Dennehy's in it too, right?
Dennehy, yeah. Yeah, that's him. It's Dennehy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's a situation too where Costner is able to not be the star, so he gets to ham it up a little more, and it's fun.
He crushes it.
Yeah.
Okay, who can we miscast?
He doesn't get many roles like that.
Who can we miscast as the badass hunter? No, I'm kidding. Who would do a good job actually today as a badass hunter who's like 40?
Yeah, this guy could be a little older than Powell, obviously.
I mean, dude, Michael Fassbender. I was just talking about him.
Yeah.
Fassbender could come in and be a badass.
100%. He can play grizzled.
Yep. Fassbender would drill that. You'd probably get, like a cheaper version would be a Barenthal.
John Barenthal.
Barenthal, but
I feel like he's played that a bunch.
Yeah, he'd be kind of playing at it. I'd like someone to more be the guy.
Yeah.
You could probably put Walton Goggins in there, dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Even a Timothy Olyphant.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a bit more of an LA guy, but
Oliphant would be great.
But
dude.
he's such a good actor. I think.
Oliphant would be great. I almost want to put Oliphant in Val Kilmer's role.
Yeah, you could do that.
I think Oliphant's kind of like a Val Kilmer. That's a great call.
Yeah. I mean, he obviously is stunningly handsome.
Yep.
But like, when he's on the fringes, like in Go, or he's really good.
He's really, really good.
Girl Next Door.
Yeah, he's amazing in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Girl Next Door, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Of course, Justified, our boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just get the Justified. Cast it with the Justified people. Let's rock and roll, baby.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was just thinking Girl Next Door, like, yeah, Oliphant and Val Kilmer's role, and then James Remar in the Hunter role.
Dude, that could be good.
But that, that's obviously older than.
Or you miscast it, and you put Emil Hirsch as the badass hunter.
I was gonna say, why not Adrian Brody while we're at it?
Dude.
It's the badass hunter.
All right, today we're gonna do a little dank off.
Oh.
It's a quick, high and tight dank off. I was watching the Bob Dylan movie.
I haven't seen it, but yeah.
Dude, I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. My boy Chalamet crushed it. Really
Did
fun.
they use his voice or?
Dude, yeah, he's playing guitar. They use his voice. Dude, he's nailing it, dude.
Because obviously you have to sing kind of down.
But being a Bob Dylan voice
Bob Dylan.
isn't like too crazy. Like, it ain't me, babe.
I
It ain't me you're looking for, babe.
I sing Happy Birthday as Bob Dylan to most of my family.
It's a great call.
Because then you
Happy birthday.
Because then you end
to you.
Because then you end with, after it all ends, you go, how does it feel?
Yeah, that's great. There's a naked lady on Channel 80.
Unless you want to do some of his weirder stuff, like
Yeah, dude, that's
it's like, what are you doing?
Lay across my big bash.
Did Kermit sing this one?
Dude, he wrote 55 albums. That guy's so prolific, man. He does have a way with words, I gotta tell you. He does.
Yeah, but who's listening to all?
He describes Johnny Cash's voice as being from the center of the earth. When he heard it, I go, damn, that's exactly right.
Yeah,
It's just exactly right.
Yeah.
But this got me stoked on musical scenes and bands. Of course, Dylan's coming up in New York in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And I go, okay, well, what about LA? And then I asked myself, well, what are the greatest bands to come out of LA? Now, there's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I narrowed my list down, and we can do some honorable mentions in a little bit. But we can do a little dank off here. I'm going to talk about, I think I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I got 5. Okay. And just a little bit, I didn't really take anyone from this. I took people who probably were in and around. It's something called the Laurel Canyon music scene. This is the 60s and 70s.
Mm-hmm.
Laurel Canyon's like in Lookout Mountain. Joni Mitchell had a house there.
Mm-hmm.
It's these winding roads. If you go on Laurel Canyon, you can get lost in any little offshoot, and it feels like you're not in Los Angeles. You feel like you're in the middle of like nothing. And I'm sure in the 60s and 70s it even was more weird and secluded. And people are up there. They're doing drugs. They're writing songs. They're drinking. They're boozing. And a lot of talent comes out of there. Tons of people.
I mean, another Val Kilmer role.
Another, yeah.
Laura, what
It's just the
Wonderland
Doors.
Murders. The Wonderland Murders. Is what
Oh,
it is.
you're right.
That was in Laurel Canyon as well.
Dude,
John Holmes and
I filmed a movie, not a movie, just a shoot, and we did it at one of these houses up in Laurel Canyon. Dude, you could feel the energy of the set, in the bar and stuff, and they're like, oh, it just felt gross and seedy, these houses.
Yeah.
And they're so big and sprawling. There's tons of rooms.
yeah,
They just don't make anything like that anymore.
yeah. My buddy's got a house up there.
It's pretty wild.
It's awesome.
You got Joni Mitchell, Neil Young, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young, of course. You got, I don't know these guys, Roger McGuinn, the Mamas and the Papas, Carole King, the Eagles, Richie Furay, Buffalo Springfield comes out of there. Just tons of bands, all just in and around, jamming, playing tunes, passing doobies, squeezing boobies. So it's just, it's described as a melodic atmosphere. Subtly political American popular culture was written by the residents associated with Laurel Canyon.
There's a doc about Laurel Canyon hosted by Jacob Dylan.
Is that Bob Dylan's son?
Yeah.
From
and then
the
from the
Wallflowers?
Wallflowers, yeah. And then he sings all the songs they kind of cover in a live performance.
That's pretty cool.
They intercut throughout the whole documentary. And then you realize, whether you're watching it, or at least I did, Man, his voice is so much better than his dad's.
Yeah, he's good. If
really
he sang all Bob Dylan songs,
He's really
he
good.
should have just covered his dad's songs and would have had a career. I mean, maybe that's what he does. I don't know.
I think he writes his own.
I mean, the One Headlight's a great song.
Yeah.
I love that song.
The first 2 albums of the Wallflowers are really good.
Yeah. All right, let's get into our dank off.
Yeah.
In no particular order here, but maybe this one's a little closer to my heart, a little of my formative years.
Sure.
I'm going, okay, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pride of Fairfax High School.
Yep. These guys are LA through and through. Came up on the scene, started as like a punk band in the 80s, kind of transitioned, made their own sound based on members who had passed away and then rejoined. You've got, originally the band consisted of Anthony Kiedis, Flea, legend, and the drummer Jack Irons and guitarist Hillel Slovak.
Yeah.
Okay. I think they were first called the Masters of Mayhem.
Yeah.
And then
Sounds right.
they did this famously on a live televised performance, but they would just wear tube socks on their weenies and play.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Genius. This is genius.
Yeah.
I love that. Absolutely love that.
Which is an odd choice for a bunch of guys on heroin.
Yes. Yes. Slovak died of heroin overdose.
Yep.
Irons leaves the band, leaving Kiedis and Flea. They reform with John Frusciante and Chad Smith.
Chad Smith. That's the ultimate lineup.
This is the ultimate lineup of the band, and their 1989 album Mother's Milk, huge hit, surprise hit.
Yeah.
Then they get Blood Sugar Sex Magic, legit.
Huge hit.
Love it. Love all these things. You get on that album, you get Under the Bridge and Give It Away, Give It Away, Give It Away Now.
Yeah.
Great songs, absolute fire. They're total just, it's California through and through. You know, the Californication comes later and all that, but
yeah. They recorded that album in the hills, I believe, in like a haunted house.
I love that. Every house is probably haunted in the hills of LA. Okay, my next band group, I'm going with NWA. Okay? Straight Outta Compton.
Yeah.
Great movie if you've never seen it. You got rap legends in this group. Of course, Eazy-E, Ice Cube, Dre. Those are the big three. There's a few other. It was like Redman and maybe Yella. I forget. In any case, I'm very white. In any case, these guys, this is from the article, ignite
I can't think of the 4 guys.
the West Coast rap scene.
It's 4 guys.
I mean, Snoop comes in later on,
yeah.
but
We're missing somebody, aren't we?
I don't know. We definitely are.
Ice Cube, Dre, Eazy-E, MC Ren, I think is the.
MC Ren, okay, the original.
I think.
But these guys are sheer badasses. I mean, they capture a vibe of Los Angeles that's so true and authentic that it is truly, it's undeniable. To quote, damn, who's that? Who's the guy that does the Beats headphones with Dr. Dre, the big music producer?
Jimmy Iovine?
Jimmy Iovine. Yeah, Jimmy Iovine. You know, Jimmy Iovine doesn't know really shit about rap, but he's talking and he goes, when you hear the first beats of Straight Outta Compton, it's undeniable. It's going to be great. It's hilarious, dude. You got the Doors. I'm going to be on the record saying this. I don't really like the Doors. Okay?
I do.
I'm not a big Doors guy.
I'll defend the Doors.
But I do, you know, they're iconic. They're amazing. Psychedelics. You know, legendary frontman. They've got everything a band should be. Jim Morrison. These guys, keyboardist Ray Manzarek.
Yeah.
They attend UCLA together. Bang.
Yep.
Doesn't get any more LA than that unless it's USC. What up, baby? Fight on. Guitarist Robbie Krieger,
yeah.
and drummer John Densmore join up later. Yeah, and their big song is "L.A. Woman." About L.A.?
Yeah.
One of many, yes, that's true. One of many hits.
They
But,
didn't have a bass player.
Kind of wild. No bass.
So Ray played the bass organ as the bass line, which is pretty cool.
Which is also
His left
unique.
hand.
And the organ is what I think. I mean, well, actually, I think of Jim Morrison, but then I do think of that like organ sound,
Yeah.
which is pretty awesome. Playing at the Troubadour
Yeah.
with other bands like
Maybe like the house band at Troubadour.
the Eagles.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Don Henley and Glenn Frey, they met at the Troubadour in Los Angeles in the 70s. Played all genres of music. Hotel California.
Yep.
Okay. That's the album cover is the Beverly Hills Hotel, even though it's about a hotel like in Mexico. Desperado, what up? Good sex scene. Joe Walsh, Don Felder joined later. This band, it's just an all-time great band. I mean, when they do Hotel California acoustic, I saw that live, very sick.
Yeah.
When all the cars in the doom, 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 doom. And then for my last band from LA, on my little list here, I'm going the Beach Boys.
Yeah.
Okay? You got
Yeah. They're from Hawthorne.
exactly.
The Wilson boys.
The Wilson Boys.
And their cousins.
Yep. Murray and Carl. Or their cousins, I think Brian and Dennis. No, Brian Wilson.
Brian Wilson.
Murray Wilson.
Dennis and Carl. And then Mike Love is a cousin.
Yes.
And Al. What's his name? Oh, God damn it. He looks like David Spade. Al something.
Weird Al Yankovic? No, that'd be amazing. In any case, these guys, they have their own sound musically.
Al Jardine. Sorry. Yeah.
Al Jardine.
Al Jardine.
Al Jardine sounds French. Le Jardin, the garden. Freaking Al Jardine, dude. These guys have bangers, dude.
Yeah.
These guys have bangers all time. Wish They All Could Be California. I always like, what's the song?
Good Vibrations.
Good Vibrations is all time.
It's an amazing track.
It's so good.
It's got a friggin' theremin on it.
Dude, yeah, bro, if you're using a theremin, look out, dude.
Come on. Dude.
Come on, bro. Freaking, you don't even.
The first
theremin sounds
instrument.
like you need to be prescribed that instrument, dude. Theremin, dude. Consult your doctor, dude, in order to listen to that. These guys.
Here's some theremin.
They're wearing Hawaiians, dude, and the Beach Boys. You'd think like, with all their commercial success, they'd be these like hoity-toity little bitch boys. They're doing drugs. They're getting fucked up. These guys party. And they sad party. They dark party, these guys, which is a bummer.
Yeah.
But
Mike Love is a unrepentant asshole.
Yeah.
Who was like on Lifestyles of Rich and famously like his. Yeah.
I mean, they made bank, these guys.
Yeah.
Bank.
Still performing in various iterations.
Yeah, they do like
Just
Doheny Days. I think they still do Doheny Days.
Yeah, but it's Mike Love and Al Jardine and nobody else. All the Wilson brothers are dead.
Sad.
Yeah.
So just to recap this list, Red Hot.
Now there are some honorable mentions that were left out.
Of course, Black Flag, Guns N' Roses,
System of a Down,
Van Halen. You can count Van Halen. System of a Down should be on here, bro.
Van Halen.
Ooh. System of a Down needs to be on
Pasadena
here.
Boys.
Yeah.
Can we kick
Where's
it to the
Blink-182 from? San Diego?
San Diego, yeah.
Sick. Yeah, I left a lot of chalk off this list. It's just so hard.
It is hard.
And like I mentioned, all the Laurel Canyons, you could pick any of those people from Laurel Canyon.
And
be
thank
like, bang.
sweet baby Jesus, you didn't have Maroon 5 on there.
Aaron,
Santa
I'm saving
Monica.
the best. I'm saving the best for last. Yes, I'm gonna get a tattoo of California on my belly, on my 6-pack abs, dude, that I don't have. So if I'm gonna rank these top to bottom, and just in the interest of time, keeping it tight, and Aaron, then I want to hear your ranking. For me, I think I got to go Red Hot. Then I think I do have to go NWA.
We're going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Mm-hmm. No, this is 1. Okay, sorry. Oh yeah, I should go 5, 4, 3. Okay, so last for me is the Doors. Then I'm going. Man. Then I'm probably going Beach Boys, Eagles, NWA, Chili Peppers. Just me personally.
I don't know. I think the run was short on NWA, and the rest of these bands are really.
They've stood the test of time.
I mean, the Beach Boys kind of fell apart, obviously. I'm going to go NWA 5.
That's racist.
I'm going Beach Boys 4.
Yeah, makes sense.
Who else we got? Beach Boys 4.
Then you can also do Eagles.
Eagles, Doors, Chili Peppers, right?
Yep.
I'm going Doors here at 3.
Smart. Yeah. Can't be Doors number 1.
Nah, and then Chili Peppers, but you got to go Eagles 1, even though they're not my favorite of the.
They are the most prolific.
But they've been around the longest. They're they sell out the Sphere and all this. They're still doing it.
I don't know why. Why is it in Big Lebowski that the dude hates the Eagles? Not the Eagles, man. Come on, man.
I mean, they were certainly they're
just overplayed.
They were overplayed.
Yeah,
I mean, Hotel California is like Santeria to me.
It's like the that's so true. It's like the joke from Wayne's World when he's gonna play Stairway and he points at the sign, "No more Stairway."
Yeah,
it's like the end of an era.
Yeah.
All right. I want to do another segment where it's not a prank call, it's a thank call. So I'm going to call Men's Warehouse and just let them know they're doing a great job over there, dude. I got a suit. Can you hear this, Aaron? Is it going through?
Oh, I have it turned down.
Men's Warehouse, Burbank.
What up, dude? My name's Strider, and I was in there yesterday, and I bought a legit double-breasted dinner coat that I took to wear with my boys to the Dresden to get steaks. And I just wanted to call you guys, and I forget who was helping me out. I think his name was Chris. I just wanted to let him know that I do appreciate the way I look.
Yeah, I can leave a message for him. Was it the really tall one, or was it the guy with the beard?
It was the really tall one, because we had the same body type, kind of tall,
gotcha.
Skinny dudes. He's very much more confident. I was like, I want a coat that captures Chris's confidence.
Totally. I know exactly who you're talking about. Yeah, I'll leave a message for him.
Thank you, dude. If you could just tell him I'm fired up and I appreciate the way that I look.
Yeah, I got it.
Thank you, dude. Stay stoked, and yeah, dude, I'm fired up on you guys, dude.
Yeah,
and I'm gonna tell all my boys, dude. You can guarantee it.
Yeah, I appreciate you guys.
Hell yeah.
I'll let him know. Don't worry.
Sick, man.
Thanks. Have a good one.
2. That's what's up, dude. Just hitting him, dapping him up with a little what up, dude. Completely fired up on that. My boy Chris, dude, got me lined up on the dinner coat, so I'm stoked. It's just good to spread a little bit of stoke. I work in service, and it'd be nice if someone called me back and be like, dude, you pulled up my car so quick, turned on my wife. Just the way you dialed it up that you knew, and I go, hey, good to see you. And the wife was like, wait, what? He goes, oh, yeah, we were just vibing. So it's all about that vibe, capturing that essence. Hopefully today you captured a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of essence. And remember, play this podcast loud. Play it like a rock album, dude.
Yeah.
And if you're a young buck out there and you don't know these bands, check out the Laurel Canyon scene. I don't know if I would recommend watching that movie, The Death of Western Civilization, but it's interesting about the punk scene in the 80s.
Oh, the decline of Western civilization.
Yeah, There's
movie. 3 different versions.
It's insane.
Yeah, the first one's punk, second one's hair metal, third one's grunge, I think.
Yeah. I've only seen, I think, the punk one with like Black Flag, and
I've only seen the second one.
Is that the one where they're like
amazing? Where
there's like a dead body, and they like didn't know that this painter died, and then after 3 days they're like had to call the cops?
No.
Because their living conditions were so bad, they just thought a dude was sleeping outside.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it's insanity.
There's like a drunk guy in a floating in a pool, like talking to the camera. Paul Stanley's laying on a bed with a bunch of women in lingerie.
Oh, this is incredible.
Yeah, it's
incredible.
Ozzy's frying up eggs.
Oh,
they're interviewing him.
That's amazing,
It's
dude.
great. Shot on film. Like it's amazing.
It's a female director too, right?
Yeah, she did Wayne's World.
She did Wayne's World.
Yeah.
Baby, Wayne's World is one of the most iconic. It's the best.
Yeah.
All right. You guys, we imparted a little bit of culture. Hope you caught a little bit of laughs and gained a little bit of knowledge. Now stay stoked. And, give someone a thank call. Give your mom a thank call. Say, Mom, thanks for freaking hooking up with Dad. Creating me, dude. It's legit of you. Be nice. She'd like to hear that. Mother's Day's right around the corner. All right, dudes. Stay stoked. We'll catch you on the next one.